Okay, so here is the new to me. So I bought this used BMW M6 Gran Coupe with the was it Coupe, whatever, with the competition package. So we're just gonna do a quick walk around right now. Has a nice sleek design with a carbon fiber top roof. Quad exhaust, very aggressive looking. It's got the blue calipers with 20-inch rims. Wanna be a baller, shot caller, 20-inch rims on the Impala. So I'll be honest, I don't really know too much about BMWs. I've never really owned a BMW, have I? My dad has. He's had tons way back in the 90s. Well, late 80s and early 90s, I remember. He had a gray BMW and a red one. So I don't know. I don't have too much information. From what I gathered, this is around 600 horsepower with somewhere around 500 pound-feet of torque. I apologize if my information is not precise. I've never really been a BMW fan except for the i8. I really like the way it looks. Alright, so let's take a look at the inside. See, it says Gran. Okay, so we're in the inside now, and I'll be the first to admit it looks kind of dated. I'm not sure if this is a BMW thing. Sorry for the mess. So it does not have digital gauges, which I'm very used to, especially since I'm coming from like Cadillac Escalades, the CT5V. With Cadillac, I'm used to the interior being just superb, like 10 out of 10. This has a very old school type of digital display. It does say M right there. See, on the Escalade, most of these buttons are, well, not even buttons. They're just touch now. Has an okay size screen. It's not really like that big. You can see where it starts. I'm not sure if I like the screens that pop up like this. I kind of prefer it being in dash. This kind of feels like an afterthought, kind of like a tablet. So it does have a CD player, which I think most cars now do not have CD players. So it has the old school type of knobs where you can touch and the old school buttons. I guess I don't really mind the buttons. Sometimes it's a lot easier to navigate with buttons and push buttons than to navigate on a screen. Yeah, so it does not even have touchscreen. But we'll go into that in a little bit. So for those of you that don't know, this kind of has a slightly quirky type of transmission to it. So it's a manual, but it's not. So it's an automatic car. You don't need a shift. There's no clutch. But it does have like some sort of manual. If somebody knows what it's called, let me know. What I mean by that, as you can see, there is no park button. What you do, sorry for the sound, I'm like parking in an IKEA parking lot just because like it's somewhat empty. But going back to this, there is no park button. So when you want to park the car, first you have to make sure if you're on an incline or a decline. If you're on a hill that's facing up, you need to put it into drive and then shut the car off, so that if it rolls upwards. And if you're on a decline hill that is steep, well, I guess not even steep, just decline itself, you'll have to put it on reverse, put it in gear in reverse, and then shut the car off, so that if it does roll, it rolls backwards and not forward where the hill is, so you don't fuck some shit up and crash. Alright, so let's start this thing up. So driving wise, there's quite a bit of options. Oh wait, sorry, let me just turn that down. Driving wise, you can see it says efficient, comfort, and then comfort. This thing is a gas guzzler. It's a V8 twin turbo, so I have it in like the most efficient fuel saving mode at the moment. To change that, you basically so this is for the steering. So you can see steering right now, it's in comfort. If I push it, it's now in sport and sport plus, which is the most aggressive mode. And then this, again, this is the suspension, so we're gonna push that, sport plus. And then lastly, it is, I think is that the exhaust? I think that's the exhaust, or how it shifts. Because I believe it shifts way later when it's in Sport Plus. And then now that we're in the most aggressive mode, you can also adjust how aggressive it now is with this button right here. So I believe we're at 1 right now. It's not doing nothing. Or do I have to put it in drive first? Hey, let me try putting it in drive. Okay, so I just shifted it to drive. Now I'm gonna push it again. Okay, there you go. So now it's like the complete insanity beast mode. And then you can lower it if you want. And here's a screen. So one gripe I do have is there's no Apple CarPlay, so I'm charging my phone, but there is no Apple CarPlay, which after living with Apple CarPlay, I can't really fathom living without it, so I do need it. And this thing is not touchscreen compatible. That kind of sucks too. So you use this knob, which is not bad. You just click. It's quite responsive, I guess. I would have preferred touchscreen and the knob. I kind of use both most of the time. Most cars now do have touchscreen and have a knob as well. So that's pretty much the walk around and super quick review of the new M6 that's going to be in our fleet. So for this vehicle, because it is an M series, we're going to price it somewhere around $250 a day. Somewhere in between $250 to $300. $300 might be pushing it for a BMW, because by that price point, like, someone could probably rent like a full-blown sports car, like a Porsche Cayman GTS, which we also have coming, or like a C7, C8. So I probably would price the BMW M6 somewhere around the $250 mark. Yeah. I think I'm going to be raising the prices on several of the vehicles, mainly because the Maserati maintenance cost was kind of eye-opening. Like, yeah, the repairs and maintenance costs on that thing is pretty expensive. We currently had it at $200 a day. We're probably going to have to bump that up to like $250 a day, just to accommodate, like, it was a headache. I'll do another video of it. Anyways, peace.